All right, so this video, I'm just gonna get straight to the point. So there's a lot of people out there, right? That say that therapy is bullshit, right? That therapy is a crock of shit. It doesn't work. I mean, obviously, therapy doesn't work because look at all these women in the whatever podcast. They all say they go to therapy. Been going to therapy for years, and look at them. They're fucking crazy, right? Like these women are crazy, and they advocate going to therapy. And they're actively going to therapy, but they're insane. So obviously you're going to make the conclusion, you're going to connect the dots and say, well, obviously therapy doesn't work. Therapy is just a crock of shit. Well, allow me in this video to make the argument for therapy. Not only should women go to therapy, but also men. I did 3 years of therapy, and it was probably one of the best decisions that I ever made in my life. So I'm going to try to make the argument here why therapy is good and not a crock of shit, right? Now, the first argument I will make that'll probably blow everything out. The first one would be, okay, if therapy doesn't work because you obviously have these people over here that have done therapy and they have no results, then you have to say the same thing about dieting and going to the gym. So if you have a large amount of people, I think it's maybe 1%, 2%, or even 3% of the population that manages to keep the weight off after dieting, then you have to say that dieting is also full of shit. You have to make that argument, right? Well, yeah, don't waste your time going, dieting, going to the gym, because look at all these people over here that didn't work for. Would you make that argument? Would you advocate for people not to go to the gym because you have these fucking people over here that haven't lost weight? Or lost the weight and got it right back? You'll make that argument? You do that? I'm curious, right? So anyway, so here's the thing. So I went to meet my sister, right? So I'll close it with this, right? So I don't want to make this a long video. So I went to meet my sister at her lunch break, and I met her with her coworker. We started talking about, I don't know how we started talking about it. We started talking about therapy. Okay. Now, her coworker, by the way, she's very beautiful. By the way, she's a 30-year-old woman and she's very attractive, but a little, right? Now, she's telling me that she's gone to therapy for 7 years and she still has issues. Now, my sister tells her, hey, why don't you just talk to my brother? My brother's into that therapy stuff. And I looked at her friend and said, yeah, give me a try. Yeah, let's try it. I don't mind listening to you and see if I can give you some advice or connect some dots for you. I'll be fine with that. Now, here's the thing. After only 15 minutes, probably 15 to 20 minutes of speaking to her, I found out that her father left her and her mother at the age of 7. She was 7 years old when her father left. She saw her father again at his funeral. Okay. And what she told me was that she doesn't blame her father for anything. I said, well, but how's that? What do you mean that you don't blame your father? No. Like she just made the wildest excuses for him. One of the excuses that she made that just had me dumbfounded when she said that, no, he was probably scared. You have to forgive him because he was probably scared. I told her, okay, if I were to marry you and you and I have children, and I leave, okay? I'm gone. I go out for a pack of smokes. And then you don't see me for like 20 years. And I tell you I left because I was scared. Would you accept that? You accept that excuse? Well, she said, well, no. Okay. Now, she has a tendency of going in and out of bad relationships with men, and she also makes excuses for the men that she's dated. Any fucking pattern here? Do you see a pattern? Any pattern here? Now, I told her that, again, my layman opinion here, right? That if you keep making excuses for your father and you don't hold him accountable for the things that he did to you, and you're not angry about it, then you're going to allow that to come into your life. Whatever you excuse and allow, you're also going to excuse and allow in your own personal life. There's not going to be any fucking change in your life until you put accountability on your parents, which is your fucking father. You have to put accountability on him so you can stop choosing men that ain't shit men and then making excuses for them as well. And that goes for anything. Whatever you excuse and whatever you allow in other people, you're going to allow in your own personal life. Now, how is it that I was able to make this connection within 15 minutes of talking to her? 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes just speaking to her, I was able to make that connection. I mean, it's not a secret that the therapy field, right? The field of therapy right now is 100%. I don't want to say 100%, but I'll say probably a good 85 to 90% are just liberals, leftists that took over the field of therapy. Which is why therapy has gone to shit. It's not because therapy is not important or useful. It's because the people in charge of therapy, the people doing the therapy, are ideologically driven. You understand? So I'm from New York, which is like liberal central, right? It literally took me I went through 11 different therapists until I found the right therapist for me. 11 different therapists to find the right therapist for me. Now I did the work. I mixed psychology with philosophy. I did a lot of journaling, but I put in the fucking work. It's the same thing like someone that goes to and does a diet. All right. Are they putting the work? Are they following the diet religiously? Do they have the discipline and consistency to follow the diet and they also follow the workout routine? So the goal in therapy is not just to seek knowledge, but to seek self-knowledge. Self-knowledge is understanding your level of education, your biases, your culture, your biology, what you come pre-wired, what's pre-wired in you biologically, like understanding all these things to know what makes you tick. Right? That is the goal of therapy, but you're not going to get that right now in therapy. Therapy right now, because it's been infiltrated by leftists and women, it's all about feeling good. Can't blame anybody. No one can be held accountable. Forgiveness is the highest priority. Forgiveness is the highest priority, right? So the best way I could put it, going to therapy is like someone explained to you that don't pay attention to the fucking bear. The bear is not the issue. It's the win. The win is the issue. Can you imagine how much anxiety you're gonna walk through your life because you're afraid of the win? Yeah, the win just pull you to the bear. It's not the fucking predators. Don't forget about the predators. Forget about the fucking bear that's there. It's the wind. The issue is the wind that blew you towards the bear. So therapy right now just disconnects you from your instincts. Disconnects you from what's right and wrong, evil and good. There's none of that right now in therapy, for the most part. Not all of it, for the most part. So I would really love to hear, and this is, I'm not even going into the data, but I would really love to hear someone to make the argument that, yeah, that therapy really isn't shit, because look at all these people. Well, again, this is the same argument. If look at all these people that they went to dieting and they didn't get the results that they want. So obviously dieting doesn't work. Going to the gym doesn't work, because look at all these fucking people that failed. Would you make that argument? I genuinely ask, would you make that argument? Are you willing to go that far to make that argument? Oh, therapy is gay. Therapy is gay. It's gay to sit down and talk about your problems. Oh my God. No. You know what's a really gay, right? It's to walk around your life not having the slightest fucking idea why you do things that you do. Walking around aimlessly with no sense of direction of why you behave the way you do. That's fucking gay to me. Not therapy. And that's it. That's all I have to say about this video. I'm done.